Anthony Ruggiero, senior fellow at the Foundation for Defensive Democracies, who focuses on North Korea. Anthony, nice to see you, sir. Thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks.
All right, so we had the president say China needs to put a heavy move on North Korea. On Friday, he said the time of strategic patience is over. We've heard that exact phrase, time of strategic patience is over. Keep launching missiles, and the U.S. keeps doing nothing. Is that a problem?
Well, I mean, the Chinese are not going to do anything. I mean, this is what they want. They this is not a threat against them. They will blame the United States, I'm sure, at some point. They won't allow the UN to do the level of sanctions necessary, frankly, against Chinese persons. I mean, the Trump administration got it right on Thursday by declaring a Chinese bank a money launderer for North Korea and going after 2 Chinese individuals and a Chinese company for sanctions evasion. My answer is, thanks for that. Let's do some more of that. That's what we need to be doing, and not relying on China to all of a sudden wake up and pressure North Korea.
It does, though, seem like an awfully small, you want to say slap in the wrist, but it almost seems like a slap like on your pinky finger or something to just sanction one bank and one person. How about saying, look, a decision to do business with North Korea is a decision not to do business with the United States. You buy any more North Korean coal, we're not going to buy any more Chinese steel. When does the administration put some teeth into this continuing litany of statements?
Sure, I think you're right. I think it was a small bank in China. I think the reason they went with the money launderer statute is to try and get some kind of systemic risk in the Chinese system. But you're right, perhaps they need to move up the escalation ladder, and they can do that. They can have a regulatory fine against a very large Chinese bank like Bank of China. There are many networks in China that they could take down, and they could do that very quickly. They could do it tomorrow.
You talk about China being the linchpin, and the Chinese are sort of pressuring the United States in other ways as well. We've got a picture of the Triton Islands that the Chinese basically built out of coral reefs, and then you've got U.S. ships sailing nearby, and the Chinese are angry with the United States for doing that. Is it a quid pro quo with the Chinese as it comes to basically the U.S. has to give up those challenging the Chinese in the South China Sea in order to get them to do something about North Korea?
I mean, I don't think that's the trade-off. I know that the Trump administration perhaps made a strategic error in putting all of these in one basket, but the bottom line is that we have to confront China not only in the South China Sea, but about North Korea. I think that the Chinese have, unfortunately, for the last 8 years, but allowed this skate by. I mean, those islands did not just pop up. They built them over that time, and frankly, we should have been doing more FON-ups during that time period and trying to stop it.
Built them, put radar facilities on them, put long-range bomber bases on them, among other things. Quick Fox News poll. Do you think President Trump has been tough enough or too tough on North Korea? Too tough, 13%. Not tough enough, 56%. I come back to the original question. Why is this administration that seems to be talking so tough about North Korea and making these proclamations not backing them up with really meaningful action?
Right. I mean, I've done North Korea for a long time, and over the last 10 years, this is the same question. And unfortunately, the answer has always been there's something else more important in the U.S. relationship. And right now, we always would say down the road they'll have an ICBM, and that down the road is today, and it's only going to get better for the North Koreans. They're going to perfect it. They're going to let it go further. They're going to put a nuclear weapon on it to reach the homeland, the entire homeland. I mean, this is not going to get better. It's going to get worse, and that's why we need to use robust measures. I think that you're advocating for, I'm advocating for.
I don't know if I'm advocating, but I'm certainly asking about them. Appreciate your time, Anthony. I think, as you note, July 4th, 2017 is a day that the situation with North Korea changed drastically. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you.